Okay, they just here for years, it's the Mizzle Dub Show. Always checking in, cause you know we love sports. Hey, they just hit 100 subs, it's time they get some out. Hey, yeah, just two brothers, yeah, y'all. Come tune in, they got guests, they got others, yeah, y'all. Come sit and chat, they got talks like no others, yeah, y'all. Cause it's a family up in here, we love each other, yeah, y'all. Let's see what they say tonight, yeah. It's the Mizzle Dub Show, yeah, the Mizzle Dub Show, yeah. Mizzle Dub Show, yeah, the Mizzle Dub Show. It's the Mizzle Dub Show, yeah, the Mizzle Dub Show, yeah. Mizzle Dub Show, yeah, the Mizzle Dub Show.
Told y'all, we back. We are back up in here. And you know what?
I love this. I love hearing that young man's voice, man. That man did bless multiple shows on this platform. So definitely love hearing that young man. Just awesome.
So welcome back, but this time it's on the Mizzle and Dub Show account. Double A, Mizzle, and of course being joined by our brethren from the All-Pro Jaffos, the highly elevated sports talk for the highly elevated sports fan, the bad guy, Mr. JP, Josh Bernetta. Now,
and when we say brother, we mean that.
Oh yes.
He is appreciate that.
He is an honorary co-host of the show, just as we are honorary guests or honorary Jaffos, recurring guest on their program. And welcome back again to you too, Tequila. Welcome back.
You know what? Is she a follower of all shows? I love it.
She is, yes.
I
don't know if she subscribes to Jaffa's TV, but go subscribe to Jaffa's TV.
Oh, bring it up. Give her the love so she can subscribe to the Jaffa.
Oh, you have it, damn.
Well, while we're at it, so we're just gonna get these out the way. That is the highly elevated sports talk for the highly elevated sportsman, the All-Pro Jaffos. Yes, cause we are indeed back. Yes, indeed. Again. Tell a friend, know a friend, share, like, but more importantly, subscribe. Also,
send cousin link.
Videography, photography,
baby.
If you want to work in the entertainment field, and they are hiring, they are looking for people, ladies and gentlemen, Creative Brothers Production. Get with them. They'll get you right.
Yes,
but also,
got us right.
We ain't gonna forget. And we're just going to put up real quick, but we cannot forget about our brethren. Live at 2-5 is still coming. Just bear with them. It's coming. Shout out to our brother Knox 2-5 Live as he is getting himself up, but he's still coming, so don't.
She said she's love it.
There you go.
JP, she's already with the Jaffo. She's there.
Oh, we are ready? All right, cool.
There. She's on
it.
That's a big bucket by Kaminga.
All platforms.
And there we go. No need to worry.
No. Hey, you got time?
The link's already been sent.
I'm going to say, get on. You part of the
link has been sent. This is an open forum show. Also, the intro that you just hear is done by that young man.
Hey.
Briefly made an appearance on Talking Ish. The super dope beat maker, 17 KD. Boys in the lab right now, probably trying to make up something as we speak. Get with him because all he does is just make super dope beats because he's the super dope beat maker. So
every show that we are a part of, he didn't put his hand in.
So, as Ric Flair says, learn to love it. It's the best thing going today. Yes.
We're gonna rock with 2-5's logo for the rest of the show.
That works. Paying homage to our fellow brethren. Yes, we can ride with that. Yes, indeed. All right. So, also, don't forget, coming up next month, courtesy of A7FL Nevada, war is coming.
Winter is coming.
And he can make something magical happen here. And there goes the ball. It's going. You're a fan.
Battles will be won.
Hold on now.
At the 30, and he
Who's going to take victory?
He's and that's what championship points matter.
It's time for war.
Now, for those that want to participate,
give you goosebumps. Every fucking time that's played, I get goosebumps. I am ready.
By the way, if you want to play, please, that QR code that you see on your screen, please do scan it. It will take you to a7flnv.com. You can register, sign up. It gives you all the information you need if you want to be a part of the Winter War, which is coming up on January the 5th. Yours truly will be back behind the mic alongside the Viking, Scott McCorkle, and Chris Vera. So I can't wait to get behind the mic and yell, "Big man with football!"
We got a dub. We got a dub today.
The Warriors, without Draymond Green, without Wardell, get a big win over a very good Rockets team. 99-93. Big win for the Dubs as the losing streak is over.
Over.
Now.
Rockin' A, finally.
Right. Now, 33 for Jonathan Kuminga. Have a game, JK.
Did you say 33?
I said 33. He pulled a Kareem. Yes, he did.
They better not ever think about putting that man in any kind of trade talks. Ever.
Depends what becomes available.
Fuck that. They got to build beyond Steph Curry. And he
Look here.
That needs to
Marquise McDonald. If you don't stop it and click on that link and get on this show, I'm a Ric Flair chop you.
Bam.
Woo. We love you too. Now click on the link and get on.
Bring yourself.
Before, like, we don't care. This is our platform. This is what our family can come on and say what they want to say. Hell, I got 2 Niner fans on the damn show right now, and I'm still talking to them. Enough said. They're my brothers.
Yeah. We can agree to disagree, but damn it, you mess with any of them, you're going to feel some pain.
Hey, Dub, we got to get JP to meet Pops. So anytime JP walks in the house with a Niner jersey on, so Pops can give him that love.
Oh, yeah.
That passion.
Now, again, here is the golden rule when meeting Mr. David Ray Mason. Now here's the rule. Now, first thing you must do when you walk through the door is acknowledge him and acknowledge the queen of the house.
Respect the house.
Now.
The house.
Yes, JP.
Acknowledge.
Okay. Oh, no, there you go. Okay. Now,
yep. That's it.
Within the first 5 minutes, if he does not talk shit to you, run.
Get out.
As fast as you can.
Get out. I tried, and yeah. Well, this is the time that I was still living in his house. Now, if you're at my house,
and I think Mizzle is frozen. Yeah, because the way his screen is frozen right now, that could become a meme. So hopefully Mizzle will be back, as looks like the Wi-Fi on his end is messing with him, because normally it's me, but for once it's not me.
Look at that. Times are changing.
Stranger things have happened before. But as we all are, Tequila, we are all waiting. And I think he's back now. As he just texted me my Wi-Fi question. Yes, Mizzle, it is your Wi-Fi. As we await for my tag team partner to get back on. Yes, indeed. As he just confirmed that it is, he'll be back momentarily. So right now he's back on. He's probably using the phone while the Mac is thinking about what it wants to do. But as Mizzle was saying, run, get out, as you were telling your story.
There you go.
Go ahead. Go ahead. We see you. Go ahead.
Oh, well, who's the one buffering?
That's your other screen.
Oh, well, we'll release that one. There we go.
All right. So as you were explaining, sir.
Yeah, if within the 5 minutes, if Pops ain't messing with you, run.
Time to see myself out the door then.
That's at his house. My house, you're good. But when I was hosting events at his house, yeah, it, we only had a few bad apples that came around the family. But JP, I think you would fit in just well because
Oh yeah.
you would introduce yourself even if I can't make the rounds to anyone in the house.
Oh yeah, that'd be good.
Be good. But
So while we were on our last platform, Talking Ish with Dub, Chris and Mizzle, which by the way, we thank you guys for chiming in on Talking Ish. And like we said, you were entertained to a very entertaining Thursday night football game, which is the rarity because it normally does not happen, but the Lions and Packers did not disappoint at all. Lions get their 11th straight win. They're 12-1 on the year. They got the win 34-31 over the Green Bay Packers. And I said it came down to whoever had the ball last might win the game, and the Lions on 4th down. Dan Campbell does what he does. Does what he does, goes for it.
Are we shocked though?
But no, not at all, because this is what he does.
I will never be shocked.
Dan Campbell is going to die on his shield. And you got to respect him for it. Montgomery gets the first down as Jared Goff was falling to his knees trying to hand the ball off to David Montgomery. But
yeah, that could have been a
gets,
disaster.
But gets.
They had college rules in that situation.
Right?
Oh yeah, play would have been dead.
College, that would have been bad.
Play would have been dead.
But this was hypothetical.
Yes, indeed.
Lead us on, Brother Dub.
All right. So now, before we decided to switch platforms, we were talking. I was mentioning about how Sterling Sharp is a finalist for the senior election for the Hall of Fame, and the look on Josh Pruneta's face could become a meme because like, wait, what? Sterling's not in the Hall of Fame, and I'm like, no, Sterling's not in the Hall of Fame, which is still quite shocking to me because here's the thing, folks. The only other person that caught more catches than Jerry Rice and Herman Moore is Sterling Sharp.
Say it again. I don't think they heard you.
Okay. Making sure we're live TV, folks. I'm going to say this again. The only other person other than Jesus and Cleats, Jerry Rice, and another man that has Hall of Fame credentials in Herman Moore. If you don't know who Herman Moore is, shame on you, because Herman Moore was very, very good.
That means you know a lot of Detroit Lions football on Thanksgiving.
That's true too. That's true too. That is very, 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 very true.
Depending on the era you were born in, saw a lot of that.
Yes.
I think this platform has a lot of that. JP, did you see a lot of that?
So which one?
Herman Moore.
With the Lions on Thanksgiving.
No.
Oh. So me and Dub are the only in the age gap that saw that? So Dub, she said louder for the back that did not hear. Hit it again.
Only other people that caught more balls in a 4-year span than Herman Moore, Tim Brown, and Jerry Rice is Sterling Sharp.
And Tim Brown wore this uniform.
Yeah. And if you want to throw in Chris Carter and Michael Irvin, you can too. But
well, that's giving too much guy.
I know. But people forget Sterling Sharp set the record for most catches in the season.
Who was his quarterback?
Brett Favre. But even before Favre, he was doing that with the Magic Man Don Majkowski. And Don Majkowski was not a slouch.
You're giving the people too much information.
Well, they need to, like Biggie said, relax and take notes while you take a toke of this marijuana smoke.
Damn it! I wish I had something with when you said
that. JP's got you. JP's got you.
Because that was well, brother.
Yes, sir. And trust me, I am not the musical genius of the family. That is my mama and my nephew. So just understand that right now. Mama can play a tune. Nephew can make a beat. All I do is just pray and commentate. That's it. Bless you, sir.
I'm gonna need Mom Dukes and son to make a song together.
Oh God, Precious Lord the remix. But no, we're talking about how certain players, which is mind-boggling, that are not in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and we on this show have gone on a nauseum talking about Mr. High Knees himself, Roger Craig.
You stole my thunder. You
No, but you can add to it because there's a couple of guys on my list. I'm still trying to shake my head of what the hell.
I know JP got a few on his list.
No, there's a few people that I'm just, if you mention them, it's just baffling to me, some names.
Speak your mind. This is what we jumped on today.
Well, this is an open forum show, so any subject is not off limits.
Do you happen to have the list of players who are eligible for the Hall of Fame who are not in?
Let's take a look. It's a good thing my phone is charging right now.
If we can run down that list, there's a few that I can probably look at and go, yeah, he was good, but he's not Hall of Fame.
Members for the Pro Football,
like Hines Ward, to be honest.
Bro, how did Jonathan Taylor? Is it no? The guy from the Dolphins.
Jason Taylor?
How the fuck is Jason Taylor in the Hall of Fame?
To be completely honest, I don't know.
What did he do?
I remember watching Jason Taylor. Was he good? Yeah, he was good, but
Hall of Fame status?
I don't know about Hall of Fame. And this is why I think the whole, like, once you leave football and you go work for, one of the
networks
stations to become a commentator.
Yep.
The Hall of Fame at this point in time is starting to become like popularity contests. And there are some players who, if you look at it, are they big names? Do you know who they are? Yeah, absolutely. But are they truly deserving to be in the Hall of Fame?
No.
Probably not.
I'm just going to say this, and I might throw up by saying this because I'm about to talk about the enemy here, but
when you say that,
I'm still trying to figure how Darren Woodson is not in the Hall of Fame.
The Cowboy.
Yes, that Darren Woodson. Yes,
he's not.
No, he's not.
How many rings does he have on his finger?
3 of them.
What about season and career stats, like accolades? Like, what do we
say? That's what I say. What did he do besides be on that team?
I was going to say you can be on a Super Bowl team, but like that doesn't mean.
Did he benefit being on that team? Yeah, he did. But still kind of shocked that he didn't get in.
Let's see. 3-time All-Pro, 5-time Pro Bowler, All-Rookie team. Has a star in the Cowboys Ring of Honor, wins the Bart Starr Award. 1,350 tackles, 23 interceptions, 12 forced fumbles, 11 fumble recoveries, 11 sacks, 2 touchdowns. And by the way,
he played corner, right?
Safety.
So 23 interceptions in a how long career?
He played from 1992 to 2004, so a 12-year career.
23 interceptions in a 12-year career?
Well, are safeties really known for interceptions, though?
Some are.
Okay, some are, but
Paul Krause out there.
Well, Paul Krause is a different being.
I mean, just gotta state what's out there.
I understand, but Darren Woodson has credentials to be in Canton. Is all I'm saying.
The credentials are there. Yes.
Yeah, with the all pros and everything like that. Maybe not statistically, but when you talk about individual awards and accolades, you can probably.
Well, again, Terrell Davis never cracked 10,000 yards in his career, and he's in the Hall of Fame. Now, granted, yes, he was a Super Bowl MVP, ran for 2,000 yards. That helped him, but
And to piggyback off that, I don't see how he's in the Hall of Fame above a lot of other. I'm talking about players that were playing before we were born.
okay.
Got it. You know histories.
Now, Terrell Davis is in. Ricky Waters, who was in the top 10 when he retired, he's not in the Hall of Fame.
That's ridiculous.
Ricky Waters not in the Hall of Fame?
Correct.
Well, we're gonna go. Well, if you're feeling that way,
what's Ricky Waters like? Give me his career stats.
Hold on, I got you. Hold on.
When we're talking about Hall of Fame, we really got to break down every aspect of the game, not just statistical. We got to do individual awards, Super Bowls, like all of it. Like we got to be able to break down it all.
Coming from as a Niner fan and me being a non-Niner fan, should Roger Craig be in the Hall of Fame before Terrell Davis?
Yes.
No, I asked JP this question.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Craig before Terrell Davis? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell, Roger Craig should
have before Terrell Davis. Which Terrell Davis is in the Hall? Roger Craig is.
Roger Craig should have got in before Marshall Faulk got in.
1,000%.
It's hard for me to agree with you on that because I'm a big fan of Marshall Faulk.
So am I. Since San Diego State.
Oh, I've been a Marshall Faulk fan as my brother just said. San Diego State. Way before he became anything in his pro career.
I was a fan of his when he was a damn Colt, for crying out loud.
We were fans at San Diego State, as you said.
Yes.
So when he was a Colt, that solidified a lot of things of his career.
Heck, he should have won the Heisman at San Diego State.
Thank you.
Not Gino Toretta.
See.
And what did Gino Toretta do? He shit the bed in the Sugar Bowl against Alabama.
Well,
Scheiße.
Coached by Gene Stallings. But anyhow, back to Ricky running Waters. Career rushing yards, 10,673 yards, 78 rushing touchdowns. Oh, by the way, had 4,248 receiving yards and 13 receiving touchdowns. By the way. Now, let's look for some more awards. Come on. Awards. All right. So, 3 times he was second team all conference in the NFC. He is a Super Bowl champion. Did score 5 touchdowns in one playoff game against the Giants, which just happened to be Lawrence Taylor's last NFL game.
Just so happened.
Just so happens. And if we're looking at career rushing leaders, career-wise, I said career-wise. Come on, Pro Football Reference, do your job.
Never do that.
5, and also a 5-time Pro Bowler. So there you go. In 144 games career played, spanning with the 49ers, Eagles, and Seahawks. And also went to college at the University of Notre Dame, played alongside Jerome Bettis. How about that backfield in South Bend, Indiana?
Ridiculous.
Did they win anything?
They did not. Not a national championship, no.
Okay.
But just for us as a sports background historian and fans, that's spectacular, that backfield.
Also,
you would have never thought about it had their pro careers not gone the way it went.
100%.
5 times he was Player of the Week.
I know I'm being an ass on that one, but
No,
I'm just.
that was facts, which what we do on this show.
Led the NFL in all-purpose yards in 1996. He led the NFL in yards from scrimmage in 96. 8 seasons he was in the top 10 in yards from scrimmage in his career. I'm just saying he's got credentials.
We're still talking about like Ricky Waters, right?
This is Ricky Waters I'm still talking about, yes.
I mean, it's kind of hard to not really look at it and go, well, yeah, he should definitely be in there. There's some people that are in there that I don't think should be over, or maybe not should be, but over certain others, they should not be, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I mean, I've never been a huge fan on how the baseball writers and everybody else fucking chooses their Hall of Famers. I've never thought they've been fair on how they choose it. I really do think it's kind of a popularity contest with the writers on whoever they believe was good enough. More, to them, it's more of a who we liked rather than who was actually good on the field.
Mm-hmm.
With the baseball writers, so I don't really have a whole hell of a lot of respect for what they have, especially the fact that they snubbed Barry Bonds for no other reason other than the fact that they just did not like him. It had nothing to do with anything else. And I know that's true because they still acknowledge all of his awards. All of his awards, all of his records, everything, they still acknowledge it. They may not mention his name, but those records still stand.
And not
and
to
are
mention
still acknowledged as records in the league.
And not to mention his artifacts are still in the museum in Cooperstown as we speak.
You can't sit here and bitch and complain and tell me, oh, it's not, it's because of steroids. He shouldn't be in. He should be. Then none of the shit that you have about him should be in the hall, if that's how you truly feel. None of the records that are held right now should be acknowledged, if that's how you truly feel.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not the case. It's hypocritical.
Well, I mean, like this. I mean, yes, even though Pete Rose has been banned, he is still recognized as the all-time leader in hits.
And he always will be.
Always will be.
I don't think anybody's going to get to those numbers ever in their career.
No.
Not the way the game has changed.
No. And then you want to talk about this golden at-bat rule? What? For what? If that's not the most asinine, ridiculous thing I have ever heard.
They're trying to pat people's stats is what they're trying to do with that one.
Well, they can't even pat because they don't know how to adjust and hit with 2 strikes. It's either walk, strikeout, home run.
Yep.
Being a 300 hitter used to mean something in baseball. You took pride in being a 300 hitter.
Hell, you go to the Hall of Fame for being a 300 hitter.
Yes.
Well, it's about money now.
It's about who can hit the long ball.
The money has been there, but okay. Like, you are excited about pitching 180 innings? You're excited about that's now called a workhorse? No. If you pitched 300 innings, that means you were reliable. that means you were ready to take the hill for your team anytime they needed you to. And I've said this on plenty of shows, and I really do believe this, but before the good Lord calls us home, I don't think we will see another 300 game winner.
No.
I don't think we'll even see a 200 game winner. With the way, pitchers don't pitch deep into games now.
Well, here's my real question at this point, and I really am fascinated on why this is. Why is it? Because let's be real, the game hasn't changed much since its inception.
No.
So how can we say that today's athletes are bigger, better, faster, stronger,
Mm-hmm.
and yet when you look at the times and the records and the history of the game, there are records that will never be touched by these bigger, better, faster, stronger athletes.
Agreed.
There are pitching records that will never be touched. There will be hitting records that will never be touched. The home run records, maybe those will come close.
I doubt
Maybe.
it.
I doubt it. I doubt it too. But with everybody just hitting for power nowadays, it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility. But compared to everything else, why was it that guys like Satchel Paige were able to basically throw 2 doubleheaders in a fucking row?
Mm-hmm.
Why was it that guys in the fucking 20s had 58 wins on their goddamn resume? During one season, pitching 3, 4, 5 days in a row, being a starter, and then on your day off of being a starter, come in as a relief or a fucking closer. The durability of these players. I really am flabbergasted how we've evolved so much as athletes, yet we're never going to be able to even sniff what the past did.
Yeah.
That, those are insane numbers. What Satchel Paige did, that's insane. And for as long as he did it too, he played well into his 40s, into his 50s.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And still pitching doubleheaders, still complete games.
Mm-hmm.
When you were I've heard all of them say it. When you were the ace, that meant your job was to complete the game.
Or in the losing streak.
We rely on you to either continue the streak of dominance or start it.
Yeah.
You're the difference maker. And then back in those days, now it's a little bit. There's only one player really that's a two-way player.
Yeah.
Nowadays, and I always wondered this too. We've all played, youth baseball. The best player on the team was usually the best pitcher and the best hitter at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
But then when you got to the big leagues, that completely flipped. The pitchers could no longer hit.
Yep.
They couldn't hit the broadside of a goddamn barn. So I'm still here trying to figure out, why is it that it's we're supposed to be better. We're supposed to, with the diets, all this technology, all this nutrition, all this, extra shit. Yet the injury rates now are bigger than they ever have been. And I'm talking all sports at that point. The equipment and technology we have is supposedly so much better, yet injuries are at an all-time high. Why is that? If we're supposed to be the most technologically advanced, if we're supposed to have the best nutrition, why is everybody getting hurt? I don't understand it. Durability is gone.
Ooh, good. Good point, Steve. Very good point.
Because it's specialized. Well, I mean, might have to elaborate on that. It's like, what are we meaning? It's specialized. Like, because nowadays everybody has, their own role. Everybody's like a role player and everything now.
That's what it sounds like.
But even then, whether it's role players, even the role players who were doing just that are not touching the numbers that were happening before. Things are much more specialized and everything right now, but, because things have gotten more specialized, that means durability has gone down. Yeah. Coaches pay more attention to the pitch count nowadays than they ever have before. It's not about the feeling of the game anymore. It's not about how your pitcher is doing. Your pitcher can be dominating, throwing a no-hitter. If it's the 7th inning and he has 80 pitches, you're going to pull him. Why? Because statistics say, no, your pitcher is dominating the game.
What's up, living room? How are you?
What's going on?
Welcome back, living room.
So like that's the type of shit that I feel like, yeah.
Living room, are you still celebrating the Lions' victory tonight?
Could it be that we may have the best technology, we have the best nutrition, but we baby our athletes more now than ever?
Oh my
baby.
God. Preach, JP. Preach.
I'm in single game.
We used to be hard on the athletes. We used to push and drive. Now if it's a star athlete, everybody's a fucking yes man.
Yep.
Nobody tells these players no. So when they finally hit fucking adversity, they don't know how to deal with it anymore. They completely crumble. So that's what I'm saying. Like, when it comes to sports, if you're playing football, baseball, basketball, professional level, you're going to be a grown ass man and oh, you can't talk to me that way. The fuck? You're grown. Sack the fuck up, stop crying like a little bitch, and get your ass in there. The fuck? Do you want to win championships, or you get my contract said you're gonna be fucking Roger Dorn in Major League?
Oh my!
Like yes. That's what y'all want to be?
Yes.
My contract states I don't have to do any of this. I will, just like the head coach, I will take that contract, piss on that bitch, look you straight in the eye. Like, real shit. Like, yes. Oh, there's so much talent. All right, but we baby the fuck out of them, so they take it easy out of their training, so they get hurt quicker.
Don't give me that Olay.
I don't feel like doing this today. Oh, okay. Yeah, you go ahead, do it. You take the day off if you want to.
Don't give me that Olay.
And you know what's worse? They did it for less. They did it for way less. They did it for dirt cheap. These motherfuckers had to do second jobs. They did it for the glory, not for the money.
Or the love.
They did it
of
for
the game.
for the ability to say that we took on 32 other fucking grown men teams and we came out on top. Would y'all get paid? Who the fuck cares? We got the championship. We got a ring.
That's what I love about college sports. Some of
You
those.
know, it's like I don't give a fuck what anything. As long as you are holding up that Lombardi Trophy, I don't give a fuck how good it looks, how ugly it looks, or anything like that. The fact that if you're walking away with the trophy, who gives a shit?
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh.
Sean McDonald to get 15 points from the charity check. Good lord, somebody's putting big money on shit today. Goddamn.
Mm-hmm. That's why he is in single game parlay hell.
Right there. I know
Looks like it.
Yeah.
Looks like it. God, that'd be a fucking tough day at the office. I understand.
Yes.
But like, I mean, I don't know what you guys think. I know I kind of went on a fucking little vent rant right there on babying these fucking athletes, but
Hey, it's an open forum show. This is
think
what it's for.
that is the sole reason why athletes will never ever be up to par like they were back then.
Great. I have no argument. Man, Dub, any argument? None, right?
No, I mean,
if anybody in the comments, everybody like, we can talk about, and this is why that's really why I say that today's players could never play back then, because it's not about could they compete with what was on the field. They wouldn't have been able to take the coaching.
Love it, JP.
Everybody thought Bill Belichick was an ass. What the fuck do you think Vince Lombardi was like?
A dick.
Tom Landry.
What do you, for real? Well, like, what do you think Tom Landry was like? What do you think Bear Bryant was like?
Ooh, Bear.
What do you think all of these old school coaches were like? They were winning championships. Why? Because they were leaders of grown ass men. It didn't matter about the money. It mattered about what you did for the players next to you.
And that's Campbell for the Lions, as we just read what living room is just saying.
Dan Campbell has that old school feel to it. That's why I like the Lions right now.
Exactly.
That's why Dan Campbell he plays for the momentum. Fuck the stats. He plays for the momentum of the game.
And you talk
if I can take momentum, I will take it. Win this game.
I will take it. And just still to this day, you think about all the old Cowboys before Jerry got there, they still revere and have Mr. Landry in high regard.
100%.
As I've often said, many times you say the identity of the Raiders is Al Davis when you look at that shield. When I look at that star, the fedora is what comes to mind for me. Not Roger.
People forget.
Not Bob Lilly.
It was a couple plays away.
Not Troy. The fedora.
People forget it was a couple plays away from being called the Tom Landry Trophy.
Ooh.
Not the Vince Lombardi Trophy. People forget.
Yeah, the Cowboys took the Packers to the limit twice.
So, the history could have been written a whole hell of a lot different. Had things gone different ways.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why I say players of this day and age would never be able to compete, because it's wham. If I don't want to do it, then I'm not going to do it. Oh, my contract says I'm only supposed to do this. Fuck you. Do you want to win or not? If you don't want to win, get the fuck off my team.
But let's not forget, and people forget this, Tom Landry and Vince Lombardi were on the same coaching staff with the New York Football Giants.
Stop it. Too much knowledge.
No, people need to hear this shit. They've been hearing bullshit too much of their fucking lives. They need to finally hear some goddamn truth for once.
And that's what
damn it. That shit's crazy to me. It's honestly, anybody who says that today's athletes can compare, no, they can't, because when you talk about all aspects of it, no, you can't, because guess what? They're not going to be getting paid anywhere near as much as they're getting paid now. You think they're going to want to put as much maximum effort for $100,000 instead of, $50 million?
So I'll just say it like this. Vince Lombardi was the offensive coordinator for the Giants. Tom Landry, the defensive coordinator for the New York Giants.
So are we shocked at the what's going on with their head coaching careers?
No.
Mm-mm.
No. This was meant to happen. The football god said, "This is what it shall be." I snap my fingers, and it is. That is what is going to be written. The history of the NFL, the foundation of this league, will be on the backs of two men, Vince Lombardi and Tom Landry.
There's a third.
Those two men.
There's a third.
You have the third, but primarily those two men was what we were really looking at.
I hear you.
But go ahead.
And I don't disagree.
Raise it.
But damn it, without George Papa Bear Hallis, there is no National Football League.
That is also true.
I definitely.
So okay, so then there's a third. Who's the fourth pillar? Who would be considered the fourth pillar?
Oh my God!
You got Hallis. You got. It would have to be Brown, wouldn't it?
Paul Brown? Absolutely.
It would have to be.
Absolutely. Yes.
But who merged the leagues?
Paul Brown had something to do with that.
But it was Al Davis.
I know he had his.
Al Davis and Lamar Hunt.
God damn.
Al Davis
is that old. Holy shit. This motherfucker.
Al Davis and Lamar Hunt was very key in merging the leagues.
I would say Lamar Hunt's got to be another one that you got to put up there that you talk about a pillar.
But if we're gonna talk about that, you have to bring in Al Davis, and you definitely have to talk about Lamar Hunt.
So then at that point, we're not talking about just 4 pillars of a house. We need to talk about 6 pillars of a mansion.
We're just talking about somebody that saw something and felt it and needed to get done. And when it came to putting their face on it, Al Davis was the one that put his face on it to make it happen.
And that's even having the feud that he had with Pete Rozelle. Because it was he said, if it's for the good of the game, even if I don't like it, if it's for the good of the game, I'll go with it.
And that was Al Davis.
Can you imagine if they would have made Al Davis the commissioner of the NFL like they should have? Like they should have?
Oh, boy.
Instead of basically blackballing this man?
At that time, the league would have probably been more respectful.
I know people hearing me, you're a 49er fan. How could you say that about a You got to know history for what it was. You got to know Al Davis for who he fucking was to this goddamn league.
Who is your favorite owner?
The Maverick. The Maverick.
And you are a what? You are who? But who is your favorite fucking owner in the NFL?
For sure, everybody's favorite owner.
Al
Styling
Davis.
and profiling, he was the Ric Flair of owners. That's Al Davis right there.
Al Davis,
gentlemen, is giving praise to my organization for the owner.
Al Davis
still suck right now, but you guys, we give respect where respect is due.
No, JP. We're not talking about what we are now. I'm talking about of my franchise and who was the owner and ran this franchise. That's what I love about talking sports with you guys. It's not about you guys are Niner fans, but you know about this and what.
What's that saying? It takes 3 generations to ruin a family business.
Yes.
Mark fucked around and did it in 1.
Well, Jed York would like to talk to you on line 1.
Mizzle. When Mizzle had that look, I heard, in the arms of the angel. Go home to set me free.
Oh dear. Oh, baby.
That realization of that motherfucker. That
But
Chucky Cabbage Patch
here's
looking ass son of a bitch.
On Al Davis.
nobody was going to HBCUs until Al did it first.
Oh, well.
Nobody.
Dub's going there.
Oh yeah, hey,
Gotta give history for what it is.
if I'm going in on the Maverick, I'm going all the way in. Nobody was looking at colored people before Al did it first.
No.
Okay? Dexter Manley, who was a very respected defensive end for the Washington Redskins, had a very solid career, won 2 Super Bowl rings. He was the one that said, when it came to will we ever have a black head coach in the NFL, Dexter Manley said, and I quote, "It's probably going to be Al Davis. Al, I tip my cap to you." That's on a soundbite somewhere.
And
No, if it was gonna be anybody,
what did Al do?
First black head coach. First Hispanic head coach. Both those gentlemen.
What did he do with Amy Trask, though?
Oh, first woman CEO. And oh, by the way, first woman president of an NFL franchise, also done by the Raiders, done by the Sun Mark.
Innovation. I can hate the team all I want. I cannot deny what they have done for the history of the league. I cannot deny it. I got to give the flowers where it is due.
And ladies and gentlemen, joining us,
Dugan?
the basketball savant, our basketball insider, and our dear beloved friend, the one, only Mr. Steve Dugan. Hi, Steve. How are you, sir?
Dugan?
Yeah, well, I'm good. I actually was gonna go to sleep, and then I saw you guys were on, so then I'm starting to listen, and then it's like, oh, I was supposed to chill and relax, and now I got the invite, so I was like, all right, let me hop on for a bit while you got an open forum, and to answer the question that was originally asked that I didn't get to answer.
Please go into detail of why it's specialized, please. Lend us your knowledge, sir. Floor is yours.
You've seen it from growing up. Kids don't play multiple sports anymore. As you were using baseball, now pitchers, you specialize in throwing the ball hard. You're not even pitching anymore. The game is now say if you could throw 105 miles an hour, you're a fastball pitcher and trying to do everything else. Back in the day, they weren't worrying about trying to throw it the hardest and the fastest in velocity. They were trying to pitch it, trying to hit the corners, trying to get you the ball. Hey, they didn't care about ground outs. They wanted
chess
that.
match.
You know, the last pitcher to do something like that is Greg Maddux. Did you ever see Greg Maddux hit 110 miles? No. You never saw that.
The ultimate chess match, or the ultimate chess master of pitching.
Yes. Yes.
I just saw something the other day. It was Dale Curry talking about his boys. And he said he had them in AAU for a little bit and then he took them out because he's like, he didn't want them doing that. It wasn't right for them. They still did conditioning, training, and stuff like that. And then he put them back into it like when they were like 15, 16. But at 8, 9, he was like, no, we're not going to do that. Let's play different sports. Let's learn how your body can do different things and everything else and grow into that. That's what used to be. It's like you didn't specialize in just playing basketball or football.
You played year round sports, different sports.
I'm the court.
Yep.
Yeah.
3-4
I'm the quarterback, so now the season on quarterback camp. And I'm gonna go to quarterback camp and be a quarterback and do all. No, you don't do all that. So that's what is specialized. It's not like that anymore. And I get it. You're trying to, that was the 80s where, what was our little boy that got they called him Mr. Robot because his dad basically pumped him up and trained and everything else. That's when it became specialized. Hey, we can get money. And really, it started with, NBA. Hey, I'm going to play basketball along. I'm not going to do all this other stuff because at the time, basketball was making money.
Not lying.
But back to your point about Greg Maddux.
That's what it is.
But back to your point about Maddux. I'm just going to say this, folks. Greg Maddux pitched a complete 9-inning ball game, throwing 76 pitches.
That will never be done again.
That's an assassin.
That will be never done again.
It's called sit. And Dub,
I'm going to say that
I know
one
he
more
didn't have
time.
that many strikeouts.
9 innings.
But hey, add to it, how many strikeouts he had?
Let me go find that box score. Stand by.
But 9 innings going 70-something pitches.
Because he made sure you grounded out. Hey, he hit to that corner, hit that first and get him up. Just moving on.
He was dealing that night, or day, whatever.
He was unconscious.
You would never, not my
Maddux that night had an out of body experience.
Facts.
He watched himself do it.
July the 22nd,
okay, July
1997, at the friendly confines of Wrigley Field.
Oh,
the Braves won.
I remember this game. Okay, Dub, go. Yep.
The Braves won the game 4-1.
Mm-hmm.
Time of the game, 2 hours and 7 minutes. The Braves got one in the first, one in the fifth.
Very fast baseball game.
Cubs got one in the fourth. Braves got 2 in the seventh. Braves had 8 hits. Cubs had 5. Greg Maddux goes complete game shutout. Throws 76 pitches. Strikes out 6. Walks none.
So he had to have the defense. That means defensively, he
Yeah,
had a lot of help.
He ground him out. He made sure ground out.
Yep.
Double play. He ain't worried about striking. He's worried about getting you out. I'm gonna make you hit the corner. You're not hitting anything. We're gonna hit this on the ground. My shortstops and everything. Chipper Jones, all here you go. Line them up. Hey, you got someone on base. We double play and we out. I'm not worried about striking you out. I'm worried about getting you out. That is a pitcher, not of someone throwing hard and fast. Pitchers, I'm gonna hit these corners. I'm gonna hit this. Oh, if you hit it, if you ain't gonna hit it too good, you gonna hit it where it's a pop fly. You gonna hit it where we're gonna get an out. Keep moving.
I'm sorry, I was too off. It was a 78 complete game. I'm sorry.
I mean, either way.
I like what you said right there. It was more about getting you out because a lot of players nowadays, they want to pad their stats. But back when we were watching sports, it was all about winning and getting you out. And like you said about Maddux, that was his MO.
And Eric Gregg was the home plate umpire.
Oh, well, we knew how that game was going to be called then.
Do we forget, like, somebody named Nolan Ryan?
No.
I ain't forgot about Nolan.
Who's also his thing was to strike you out.
Can I just say
his game was to strike you out.
You
out of his
did,
70, out of his,
and I know the encyclopedia probably knows this, but some people may not know this. Everybody knows Nolan Ryan was probably one of the greatest pitchers to ever play the game. Agreed?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you need
Agreed. One of them, not the best, like at least one of them, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How many Cy Youngs does Nolan Ryan have?
none, right?
Isn't it 5?
No, he has no Cy Youngs.
But it's between 5 and 7.
Ding, 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 Mizzle.
None.
0.
Nolan Ryan has
What?
no.
Nolan Ryan has 0 Cy Young awards.
But look up his strikeouts. He's always in the top.
Yeah, I think he has the record.
Nolan Ryan has the most career strikeouts.
Yeah.
5,000.
He ain't got
714 strikeouts.
And never got the Cy Young.
That. Not a near Cy Young.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
How many times was he runner up?
6 times he had 300 strikeouts in a season.
That's normally in our day. That's the Cy Young winner.
300 strikeouts? The fuck? 250 is a Cy Young winner this day and age. The fuck?
Wait,
300 plus?
I know. How many times? Who? Dub, look it up. Who? I know he was runner up, and I need to know who was the pitcher that got it.
Hell,
No one went 4 decades.
what that means to me is we paid attention to the more better pitcher than the one that won a Cy Young. Nolan Ryan should have won a Cy Young at least twice out of his career.
At least 6 times.
JP went there. I was just gonna be
That man pitches.
300 strikeouts.
Well, you have to understand.
300 plus fucking strikeouts 6 times.
Well, you have to understand. Jim Palmer probably robbed him of a few because Jim Palmer was very good in the 70s as well.
I'm trying to be modest. There's a few that probably put numbers in his career. But he should have won a
Like, doesn't he have the record for no hitters as well?
7
no hitters.
7.
How many perfect games?
None.
Is none? I thought he had 1.
Mm-mm.
No, I wasn't.
Just 7 no hitters.
No. I know he had no hit. I don't think. Yeah, perfect games are hard. Perfect games are really hard.
I thought he at least had 1. I'm pretty sure he had to have at least had 1.
I knew he had the record for no hitters, but
that's crazy.
But then again, I thought he had Cy Young, so damn.
No, but I mean,
damn.
The Ryan Express. I mean,
despite he never pitched a perfect game, he also pitched 18 2-hitter games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, never pitched a perfect game. Never had a Cy Young.
Mm-mm.
Both were largely attributed to his high walk rate.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan is only one of 31 players in baseball history to have appeared in MLB games in 4 different decades.
Mm-hmm. Man played till
he
was
pitched well into his 40s. I knew that. I think
and
he
at
like
an elite level.
Yeah, because I think he had like 2 stints with the Rangers. Because he was basically at Texas when he did Houston, the Rangers.
His first 4 years.
He's a rancher out
I know
there
he
in
had other
Texas
places, but
he played 5 years as a Met. Was part of the Miracle Mets '69 World Series team. Some might say though his best years when he was with the California Angels. Played there for 8 years. Played with the Houston Astros for 9 years. Helped the Astros make the playoffs in 1980 and 1986 and 81.
But some of those no hitters came at like a late age too.
Yeah, the no hitter started when he was an Angel. Then had a few against as an Astros, of course.
He had 2 of them in the '73 season.
Yes, and then he had 2 more as a Ranger. One of them was against the Oakland A's at the Coliseum in 1990. I remember well because
I remember one we had with the Rangers.
Yeah, and then the other one came in 1991 at the age of 44 against the Toronto Blue Jays. His 5,000 strikeout victim was none other than Ricky Nelson Henderson himself. That was 500 strikeouts. Now here's the thing. Now May 1st, 1991 is an infamous date in baseball because that was the day that Ricky set the stolen base record. But Ricky got outdone because that was also the same date that Nolan Ryan pitched his 7th no-hitter against the Blue Jays.
It says right here he holds the all-time record for the lowest hits per 9 innings mark. The righty allowed 3,923 hits in 5,386 innings for a H9 of 6.56. Ryan led the league 12 times, 6 more than any other pitcher in H9. He's also the only pitcher in AL and NL history with at least 5,000 strikeouts. He's also the only pitcher with at least 2,000 walks. All told, more than 38% of the plate appearances against him ended with the ball being put into play. That's efficiency. Randy Johnson's the only one who's close right now, or was close. He's second all time with 48.75, which is 125 less, probably, or 125 plus less than where Nolan Ryan was at. That's still wild though. Like because of the walks is what really screwed Nolan Ryan out of Cy Young awards. They ignored the fact that he was striking everybody out at an insane pace.
Easy.
They completely ignored that and said, "Well, he's walking people." What the fuck? Like, you guys are looking at the wrong shit. Is he winning the games? Yes. The fact that he threw 2 no-hitters in one season. 383 strikeouts and 73, which stands still as the modern record. The very next year after that, he compiled 367, which is the 4th highest.
Well, we'll put it like this: at least they made sure he got into the Hall of Fame.
And
yeah.
you know what else is never going to happen?
First ballot.
June 14th, 1974, Nolan Ryan reportedly threw 235 pitches in a start against the Red Sox. Ryan's stat line from that game was 13 innings, 19 strikeouts, 10 walks, 58 batters faced, 3 runs allowed. It marked one of 3 times in his career, twice during 1974, that Ryan had 19 Ks in an extra inning game. Ryan made his next start on just 3 days rest and fired 6 scoreless innings against the Yankees.
Wow.
That's
Built like that.
fucking
Ain't built like
insane,
that no more.
people.
They don't make them like that no more.
Like that's what I'm saying. With all of the shit that, technology, nutrition, nobody's gonna fucking touch that. Nobody's gonna come close. You think any manager nowadays is ever gonna let their pitcher come anywhere near close to 235? They barely allow them to go near 100.
And you know
235,
what's
that's
funny? He
insanity.
probably was taking some chewing tobacco with that.
Exactly.
Probably was chewing tobacco. He wasn't in the most perfect shape. He just had a fucking rocket arm.
No, he worked on it. He worked on his craft.
He was definitely, but he also had, what the greats normally have: a touch from God. The all-time greats normally have that little extra something that God sprinkled on them before they were born that nobody else fucking has and nobody else ever will have. That's just the truth. There are people like that. Willie Mays, one of those people. Jerry Rice, one of those people. Nolan Ryan, one of those people.
Michael Jeffrey.
Michael Jordan, one of those people. I mean, shit, even LeBron James, the athleticism, the size, like, the dude is a freak of nature athlete. He really is. Minus the flopping and all the other bullshit, he really is a hell of an athlete.
Yes.
There are some people, Adrian Peterson, holy fuck, ACL, 2 months. What? Are you kidding me? And not
And he
only
doesn't-
that, I'm gonna run for 2,000 yards.
It makes
Like, there's just people on this planet that are just not from this planet. They're, they're
And that's him giving a Sooner credit, folks, which
I
gnaws
don't
at
do
his.
that very often.
No.
I don't do that very often. Very few people that I actually give credit that come out of that state or that school. Yeah, so I to be able to say that it's you have individuals that just they become like mythological legends
yeah.
at certain points. Like in certain baseball history, like Babe Ruth, Hank Aaron, like those guys, like they're like myths now.
Mm-hmm.
Not a whole lot of people nowadays can really say like they got a chance to really get to see. Like, how many people do you know can still say, "Oh, yeah, I saw Babe Ruth in person"?
Not many.
Like,
No,
not
But
that's
not
Lord
very many
going
knows.
people.
down.
The Lord
Not very many
knows
people.
when I'm
There might
sitting
be
in my.
there might be two on the entire planet, and they probably didn't even witness it. They were just around during that time.
Well, I know this. I will be on my front porch, and hopefully y'all will be there with me. And I'll be like, you know what? I remember seeing that small man that could shoot the ball named Wardell Stephen Curry II. Watching that man shoot balls was
Literally
amazing, boy. I tell
changed
you.
the game.
He made the little man believe
He
he could be a
changed.
part of the NBA. Why? Because you didn't have to be the biggest guy to take it inside and get to the hole. Nope. You just shoot it from 35 feet out. That's all you got to do. And be accurate, deadly accurate, assassin accurate, more
Well, yeah. See,
accurate than any other human
that's
being
the
in
difference.
history.
That's that touch of God right there, being accurate. Because then
That's
when you see
another
what the
that's
rest of
another
the league
one.
has done,
Bring your soul
yeah,
to the
that's
hole.
the rest of the league thought they could shoot like that, and they ain't as accurate.
I was like, nope.
God said, you know what? This guy's eyes, I'm gonna make like sniper scopes. He's gonna be able to see the hoop from wherever he wants on the court. And then I'm gonna give him an arm that no matter what he does, he's shooting 2K green every goddamn time. He's got
And
perfect
the only thing
release
is,
every goddamn time.
and he said, "Hey, to make it a challenge for you, I'm gonna fuck up your ankles. We'll see if you
Just a little
survive
bit.
it.
Just a little bit.
I'm gonna
You ain't
give you
gonna
the
gain no weight.
Achilles.
Yeah, you ain't gonna gain no weight, and you're gonna have some fucked up ankles. But if you survive it, you will become the greatest shooter."
And that he did. And he disrupted a legacy that everybody thought was going to dethrone Michael Jordan's.
He
Curry
said,
was
hold
a
my.
very
I can
big
tell you that
reason
you're
on why
one.
LeBron James does not have more than 6 championships. He's been to 10, he only has 4. And Mr. Curry is responsible for 4 of those.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
The San Antonio Spurs are responsible for the other 2.
They-
Praise God,
I was
hallelujah.
like Tim Duncan wanted to make sure they lock down his legacy.
Well,
Yeah, Tim made sure to lock down his legacy.
I'll say like this: he will be hugging Jesus Shuttlesworth for the rest of his life because Tim Duncan should have 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tim made sure to get that 5th one, or excuse me, that 4th
LeBron
one.
can thank Ray
That
Allen
4th
for
one.
that.
No, Tim's got 5. Tim's got 5.
No, but I'm trying to say, wait, was it 5th one or the 4th one they killed him? No, it was because Kawhi. Yeah, it was the 5th one. It was the 5th
Mm-hmm.
one.
Mm-hmm.
Tim, that revenge tour that started from Ray Allen's shot, went into
Mm-hmm.
next season, and that San Antonio
Mm-hmm.
team, they were on a mission.
They
That was
destroyed everybody.
That was some of the greatest team shooting display I have ever seen in an NBA Finals series.
Just overall team basketball.
Yeah.
Like I said, They didn't need the memory pops. They didn't need to play a tape. They remembered Ray Allen and kept it through the summer, beginning of the season, all-star. Like they just, I knew when they got, I was like, it was a wrap. They were winning that one.
Well, no,
And on top of that, that was when LeBron was the questions of him not being clutch in the fourth quarter were flying around.
Mm-hmm.
That's when LeBron wasn't, he couldn't cut it. He kept choking. He kept collapsing under the bright lights. The one thing that Michael never did, collapsed in the bright lights. Instead of wanting the ball on the last shot, he was willing to give it away.
But here's the thing that gets me. LeBron was at the foul line in the 2014 finals, and just the look on his face when he saw Kawhi Leonard coming back in like that, damn it. I was like, oh, he's got you psychologically in the head.
You think Michael Jordan gave a fuck about whoever stepped on the goddamn court?
No. Not at all. Not at all.
Not once.
Michael said, by the way, why aren't your best players on the court? Bring all your best players on the fucking court.
No. He would have said, I took that personally.
Mike's still talking shit.
Exactly. To this day.
Mike is still talking shit. We all heard that 75 thing. I can beat you. I can whoop you. I can go get your shoes. Let's go. Mike still is probably in that owner of the team. Oh, you young buck, you think you got me? Let's go.
Step back, fade away. Better than anybody else ever.
Michael is probably still the one person that despises getting old. He despises it.
I mean, had Michael Jordan not gone through the trials and tribulations that he went through, he probably would have had a longer career.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Living Room says Mikey should have done a 15-minute cram session on a little team called the Bad Boy Pistons. Well, he did get over that hump.
Well, let's put it like this. It made him who he is. He thought he was something, and they played a team defense of you gonna get in here, but we gonna make it hard for you. And that's when he learned, okay, I gotta kind of strengthen up. My athleticism is not enough. I'm gonna get stronger. My team is gonna get better because they're gonna get stronger, and then eventually it is going to happen. Those Bad Boys Pistons, yeah, they beat Mike. They were getting their ass beat by Boston for a little bit until it was time for them to learn. So all that wear and tear from beating up Boston, beating up Chicago, it finally got to Detroit too. Oh, excuse me. Let me also say having some rough and tumble with the Lakers too. It was during that time. It was beat down central. Boston started it off. Detroit went through Boston. Chicago went through Detroit, and then the game changed. Because there wasn't nobody going through Chicago. I don't care what Houston says. I know what Kennedy Jet Smith said, and yeah, he probably would have dominated the hell out of the Bulls. But they weren't stopping Mike.
No.
They weren't stopping Scotty. Hakeem, get your 40 and 50. We'll get the rest of our points, and your team ain't doing nothing else.
But
that is in the lores of what could be, because Mike decided to show his athleticism in baseball, which, if he would have stuck around for it, he would have been a decent utility player.
No, he was forced to take a sabbatical.
He's better at golf.
And I do mean forced to take a sabbatical.
Okay, we go with that one.
You can gamble too goddamn much.
Mm-hmm. And well,
how are you on camera on The Last Dance?
We can go
literally gambling quarters with one of the fucking hall monitors.
We touched that right before, and when I said this the first time, the look on JP's face, like, whoa, what?
Oh, the other shit. Yeah, with his dad. Yeah, that was the
Mm-hmm.
wild shit.
Mm-hmm.
No,
And that was the
I've
stuff
heard of it,
that
so
first time I heard
I'm gonna
that.
leave it be. Oh, that was the
Wild stuff.
first thing that came out when that thing happened. They said, "Oh yeah, the gambling. This is the mob." Oh yeah, that was like one of the first conspiracy theories you heard when that after his dad died.
Mm-hmm.
No, Michael is competitive. He ain't even playing quarters or anything. It's competitiveness. That's all it is. That's what
Oh,
the
yeah.
gambling is. That feeds his competitive. That's what it is.
Yeah, because he loves that
The
baccarat
dream
table.
team. You up there? Yeah. Dream
He
team even said they were just gambling. Golf.
Michael
The
Jordan is
reason why he
lucky he's
likes
a
golf so
billionaire.
much. Yeah, yes. That's why he golfs because he has to
Yeah.
try to challenge himself and he can't get it. That's why he loves
Mm-hmm.
golf because
Mm-hmm.
you can't master that yet, and so that's a challenge for him. The day he
Mm-hmm.
comes and master that, which he never will, it's a wrap. When he goes fishing and everything, he got to get the big. He's just a competitor.
Yeah.
That's all he's always got to try to be the best at it. I got to win. That's how his mind frame was. So before we have all this black mamba mentality, like Kobe got all that from Michael. Hell,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was gonna say like
Magic's the
that.
same way.
That all
Magic's
came
the
from
same
Mike.
way. Magic just put Magic's the same way. Magic just puts a nice smile on it. Michael ain't gonna smile. He's just gonna tell you and beat you down. Magic gonna talk shit and smile in your face and do it. But they were competitive.
You know what I can afford that nobody else can afford? While backing you down, he's gonna look at you. He's like, you know what I can afford that nobody else can afford, that nobody will ever be able to afford? What? Not just talent, not just skill, not just a pretty face, but the ability with AIDS drugs. Oh, I'm gonna be able
No,
to do
no,
stuff with
no. What he
AIDS
used to
pills
say,
that nobody
no.
else will be able to do.
Oh no, what he used to say, he would back you down and you know what I could do? I could take your girlfriend. And probably would have her at the Laker Forums Club. And
Gave
there's your
give it to
girlfriend.
her. Mhm.
Well, he did have 6 at one time.
I
He was
mean,
doing
him and Dr. Gary both.
his best Wilt the Stilt impression.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes, yes. And because he
Mm-hmm.
was well, he was in that life. He trust me, if it wasn't for AIDS, he still would be doing it.
I don't doubt it.
He he, he only stopped because he got HIV.
And Cookie stayed through it all.
Yep. And then her son became a daughter.
God bless her heart.
Indeed.
Trust me, she's blessed very well because she's like, you're damn right. All this money I'm getting, you keep doing all those businesses. Yep.
Oh yeah, Starbucks, AMC.
Hell, he
All
just
my
skipped
games
all
have been
that. That
good.
was the minor stuff. Now he's just straight. I'm a owner.
Oh yeah.
Shit. Got the
Our
Dodgers
own.
gave me a ring.
Got the
Dodgers give me some
Commanders.
rings.
Got the Commanders.
Commanders, I don't know if he'll get one with them, but hey, Dodgers give me some rings.
Well,
Football club, soccer club, you give me some rings. Sparks, you give me some rings.
The Commanders are in way better shape than they are back. The Commanders are in better shape
Oh
now
yeah,
than they have been, for sure.
yeah. You know what else? What else? He did something else. It was soccer. I thought he's the owner of some other sports club that won. Oh well, whatever. Magic's winning. That's all he does. Win.
Yeah.
All I do is win.
That it.
Oh,
So
and
they
back to
really
an
are
earlier
going.
conversation. Yes, Roger Craig needs to be in when you're the first back to get 1,000 yard rushing and receiving, and the only other person that's done it was Marshall Faulk. Since you're first, yeah, Roger Craig needs to be in all.
Yeah, he does. So ESPN is really going to pay Stephen A. Smith $20 million a year for the next 6 years, with his a 6-year extension for $120 million.
Why?
The ratings don't lie. The ratings don't lie. Now the real question is, with all that, does he got? I love Stephen A, but I don't need him on everything. Keep yourself on First Take. Really, you about to get kicked out because you're about to be on NBA Countdown, but the real crew is coming, so you can go ahead and take a seat back on that. Don't even need to be nowhere near that.
Yep.
You that NBA Countdown, whatever, no, that show is done. Y'all take Will Bond, y'all take a seat because the real kings of comedy are coming. So
They came out and said, like, never mind who you thought I was. I'm Rick James, bitch.
I am Rick James.
I don't know what else Stephen A is going to be doing. I know they're gonna make that man do some work, but I don't need him too much. You see what they're doing with Greeny?
No. I don't need him. I don't need him to be all over the network. You're not Chris Berman.
Yeah,
that's who you're not.
You see what they did with Greeny, who's second highest. Yeah, here's your get up. Now you doing Sunday night this. You got that radio show. Well, they working that boy. You wanted to come in here and get rid of a 20-year radio show. Well, you gonna work.
Not
And
only
Greeny
are you
has
going to
no
be a
problem
miserable
with it.
Jets fan, you're going to be a miserable worker.
Nope, we moved everything to New York for you two. So you gonna work. I don't know what you gonna work, but you gonna work.
Although I really don't know how to feel about this Jason Kelsey late night show that's going to come to ESPN. I really don't know how to feel about that.
I mean, they got to capitalize on where the views are. Right now, New Heights have, their own
Yeah, but I mean,
following and everything right now. They got to capitalize on that money.
but are they just gonna do like a podcast video, like a video of it, and just play it at night, or do like?
Probably.
Hold on. Let me hold on. I'll
I mean,
answer that question.
I get because they're doing the same thing they did with Pat McAfee. You took Pat's show, you brought it to new heights. You're keeping with that fan base. Great, that's fine. Yeah, but the only reason I say like a night, show, you're not gonna. Or wait, are they taking around the horn spot?
I don't know.
Around the horn.
I don't know who's going to take around the horn spot. I know 2025 will be the last year of Around the Horn. Just leave Wilbon and Kornheiser alone, because leave PTI alone, because once that ends, the only thing I'm watching on ESPN is just actual sports games. That's it. No programming, no nothing.
I'll watch First Take, but that's about it. I mean, PTI, because of my work, I got to just listen to the podcast, but I still listen daily. Don't mess with.
Oh yes, absolutely. So do I. Like sometimes I fall asleep listening to I fall asleep listening to Kornheiser and Wilbon. Absolutely.
Yeah, they don't do so. If they're gonna do Travis Kelsey thing, I can see them try to put that in at the 2 p.m. or their little podcast quickly or something like that. I really don't care about the Kelseys, but I understand.
So this is from the ESPN app. So next year or early next year, Jason Kelsey will try his hand at late night television. So he was on the Jimmy Kimmel Show, and the show they call it Late Night with Jason Kelsey on ESPN. The 1 hour show will tape on 5 straight Friday nights, beginning January the 3rd. That coincides with the last week of the NFL's regular season and the playoffs. The first show will be filmed in front of a live audience from the Union Transfer in Philadelphia. The first 4 episodes will air at 1 a.m. Eastern Time, which is 10 o'clock on the West Coast, starting January the 4th, with the final episode at 1:30 on February the 1st. I've always loved late night shows. I've always loved them. This show is entitled to the.
Ask Stephen A. Smith. Ask Stephen A. Smith about that. Go back in your time frame when he had that show back in 2004 and everything. How that time frame and everything worked. You're gonna try a Friday night show, and you expect whoever your main audience is, which I'm gonna say are maybe 30 to 40, 25. You think they're really gonna sit there and watch a Friday night show? They got other things to do. Stephen A. when he first had his show, had his guest show, it was the same thing, talk show. It was a great show. But then when sports went longer or it's overtime and you get cut here, you don't have the show. No. I hate to say ESPN, you can.
And now I think Steve is frozen.
Mm-hmm. Everybody's Wi-Fi is acting up today.
Okay, I think he's back now. And now he's frozen again. The joys of live television, folks.
Did you get me back?
There we go.
I can hear you. I mean, your mouth's not moving, but I can hear you.
Oh, well, I was just saying, 1 o'clock in the morning. What? Come on now. Who's doing that? Oh, did I get frozen again?
No, I can hear you.
Oh, cool. All right, y'all moving around. So, yeah, I already see it failing because they've tried something like that. ESPN, you can't do late night talk shows. Plain and simple. Keep it to Sports Center.
I remember when Sports Center actually used to do highlights. I mean, I'm showing my age here, but
yeah, they
was it really?
They got to be more entertaining.
If that happened, fuck.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, sometimes I will find myself on YouTube watching old Sports Center shows.
Damn, Dub. Come on now. You gotta find something else. I mean, granted, it might be nice to see some past stuff. I guess I can't knock it.
Well, not just that. Just
I mean the highlights like top tens and all that.
music.
I go back and watch the old segments of Jacked Up. They used to have that on the.
Or used to watch when NFL primetime was really NFL primetime.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, that Jacked Up segment, you ain't seeing that ever again.
But in my case, I'm talking about the Chris Berman, Tom Jackson, Pete Axthelm version of NFL primetime. Now I'm really showing my age.
Yeah.
You old, Deb.
Well, I'll be that way a week from today. And EJ and the Prodigy just said, "Don't have late night talk shows on ESPN."
How many times, even when they do like podcast shows, we're live. ESPN once you get past, let me be nice, 10 p.m. Eastern, there's no more talk shows. It's Sports Center for you guys, ESPN. And we got ESPN LA, so we on the West Coast. We know once it gets 10 p.m., that's it. There ain't no more else. Just do what you used to do. Repeat Sports Center all night. Just repeat it until you get to your morning show. Because there ain't nothing else you need to be doing.
No, they don't. They're trying to do one with Jason Kelsey, and I'm just like, why? Because again,
so wait, are they? Yeah, it's basically like Jimmy Kimmel, but on ESPN and with Jason Kelsey.
Something like that. Well, they should have stopped. They should have stopped doing late night when David Letterman retired. To be honest, I mean, I would have said when Johnny Carson retires, but you still had David Letterman, and that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. Yes, they used to. So basically, from So basically, okay. So for the longest time, back in the early days of Sports Center, Chris Berman and Tom Mees did the late night Sports Center until early in the morning. All right. So back in the 90s, Stuart Scott and Rich Eisen, they became the late night Sports Center that would be repeated up until the 6 a.m. Sports Center. Okay. Normally with Bob Lee doing the morning Sports Center. Now, when we got home from school at 3 o'clock or the 3 p.m. Pacific 6 Eastern Sports Center, that was the hour Dan Patrick Sports Center. Then Stuart Scott and Rich Eisen would be your primetime Sports Center, or on Sundays it'd either be Dan Patrick or Keith Olbermann or Dan Patrick and Kenny Mayne. Then it became Stuart Scott and Rich Eisen. Then it became Stuart Scott and Scott Van Pelt on your primetime SportsCenter on Sundays. So then that particular SportsCenter will be your SportsCenter on repeat, basically from 9 Pacific midnight to 6 in the morning Pacific, 9 Eastern. Now keep this in mind. Before the early morning SportsCenter came on, that's when you had your Bodies in Motion, your Body Shaping, your Fitness Pros, Denise Austin. Yes, folks, I remember Denise Austin doing exercise in the morning on ESPN. Yes, I'm showing my age again. But yes, EJ, was that really did used to happen back when ESPN was actually cool, when the actually SportsCenter was actually about showing highlights for all the games, not just some of the games, but all the games. I couldn't tell you the last time I actually watched a full episode of SportsCenter. I couldn't tell you. That's why I reminisce watching. That's why I reminisce watching old SportsCenter stuff on YouTube, which I'll probably do while I'm going to bed.
That's hilarious.
And I think Steve just got kicked up by his Wi-Fi. Basically, they have segments, but they really don't do highlights of all. They really don't do highlights of all the games like they used to.
No.
It's pretty much they highlight what they want to highlight, talk stuff, and that's that.
You know it's bad when we're going back to old shit to be entertained.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but again, they're talk show hosts and stuff like that. They want to get their name out there. They're everywhere. So everything that they can do, you know, Stephen A. Smith, you know, hey, somehow been able to lock down a ridiculous amount of money for just talking and reading off a teleprompter. Like, that's pretty wild to me.
Or yelling back and forth with Mike Russo or Shannon Sharp.
But I mean, hey, if you're able to do it, then you're able to do it. All I ask is at least give us the credit for the shit that you argue about. That's all I ask.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, we'll see when that day comes.
That we will. But it is definitely nap time for me because I do have to go to work in the morning. But it has been a long Thursday night of content brought to you by Talking Ish with Dub, Chris Mizzle, and JP, and of course the Mizzle and Dub show with JP. But special thanks to Steve for chopping up and coming along with us. Special thanks to everyone that came in and commented on our show. We appreciate y'all. Don't forget tomorrow, Friday night edition of the All Pro Jaffos. JP, who is any guest on tomorrow's show, or just what's the topic on tomorrow's show with the Jaffos?
I mean, shit, we've got the three of us. We got DJ Mad Six, we got DJ Wizzle, we got myself. I mean, possibly, you know, more Mizzle and Dub. We'll see what goes on tomorrow, what we can kind of cook up. But it's going to be a pretty simple show, you know, simple back and forth. But there's some other things coming up for the channel, especially that I'm kind of excited about, that I'm still working out details for before I want to start putting out that information. So it'll be cool. Stay tuned. Go subscribe.
Well, also don't forget, while I'm at it, and might as well just say it, but please don't forget that you can check out the All Pro Jaffos and the Mills and Dub show. You can catch us on MCSN, on the MCSN network, the Mike and Colby Sports Network. You can catch us on Roku Fire, Amazon TV, both the All Pro Jaffos and the Mills and Dub show on that outlet. So please check out the Mike and Colby Sports Network. Also, don't forget to check out EJ Wizzle on CUSN, his network promoting semi-pro sports. Of course, Mills and Dub show, we're everywhere. And of course, the highly elevated sports talk for the highly elevated sports fan, the All Pro Jaffos. Again, special thanks to JP for kicking it with us here. And as always, folks, we appreciate you guys for hanging out with us, as the super dope beat maker will definitely take us out, if you will. If I can find the doggone song. No, that's not it. Or is that it? No, that's not it. Come on, where is it?
You'll find it.
I'll find it eventually. Come on now, where are you? I'm looking for you. There it is. All right. So, as the Super Dope Beatmaker takes us out, we appreciate you guys hanging out with us on both shows tonight. Once again, the Detroit Lions defeat the Green Bay Packers 34-31 as the Lions win their 11th straight win and get to 12-1. The Packers fall to 9-4. And the Lions officially clinch a spot in the playoffs, being the first out of the NFC. So far, the Bills, Chiefs, and the Lions have officially punched their ticket into the playoffs in 2024. Of course, the Bills clinched their 5th straight AFC East Division title, and the Chiefs could possibly clinch the West this Sunday night if they should beat the Chargers at Arrowhead Stadium. So we will be in touch about that. But also coming up tomorrow, actually, the first of our conference championship games in college football. Boise State and UNLV, number 20 versus number 10 for the Mountain West Conference. You can catch that at 5 p.m. on Fox. Jackson State and Western Kentucky on CBS Sports Network at 4 p.m. for the Conference USA Championship, and also the American Athletic, the AAC, on ABC at 5 o'clock. The Green Wave of Tulane taking on the 24th ranked Black Knights of Army, looking for their 11th win of the year. And of course, war will take place on Saturday as Bevo takes on Uga. Rematch from Saturday in October, when I was texting JP upstairs and he didn't know that I was there. But that will not be happening again this Saturday because it just won't be. But nonetheless, for JP, for Mizzle, who went to go take an early nap, and for Steve Dugan for joining us, we appreciate you guys. And as always, it's 5 o'clock some damn where, and you've been watching the Mizzle and Dub Show. Take care of yourself and each other, and be safe this weekend. And also, don't forget the lives that were sacrificed and lost on December 7th, 1941, the day that will live in infamy. Don't forget Pearl Harbor, that took place, that made America go to war. But in the meantime, good night from the Mizzle and Dub Show.
Love y'all. Later.